So in fixed income, which is module 3, we have already covered what is fixed income securities. We went into detail last time. We also looked into fixed income securities, how they can be issued and who can issue it. We also looked into the features of a fixed income, right? Up to here, we have done that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yet to,
Yes, sir.
okay. So let's start with first top 5 terms, which are critical for you to understand the bond. In past, bond used to be issued like this, if you can see. These are the few examples of bank notes or bonds. Over 200 and, in 2,770 lot. So there is another word which we need to understand is a lot. Okay, bonds are generally issued in, just so how many of you have seen such kind of bank notes or bonds in your life? Let me start from there. Has anybody has seen? The simplest of banknote is your currency, okay, which you must be seeing every time, right? In India, you have it with, Gandhiji. Have you seen that? My photo is clear, clear. Yeah, this is the
Yes,
bank.
sir.
But of course, when you are talking about bond, which is with the photograph of Abraham Lincoln, Ria, you have seen it, you said?
Yes, sir, I've seen it.
How?
Sir, my grandfather bought a bond of some bank.
Oh, is it? That's very good. Very good. It must be Government of India or of that bank. So the name of that bank will come. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
perfect. So now this one, which I'm showing you, United States of America, this is called T-bond. Okay. Because Treasury of United States of America has issued it. That's why T is a short form for Treasury. And because it's for long tenure, yeah, the tenure is beyond 1 year. Again, 1 year is the parameter. If it is below 1 year, then what will we take? What will it be?
The short term securities.
Short-term bond.
Short-term bond called, if it is from United States of America, it will be called T-bills, right? T-bills, treasury bills are short-term bonds. And if it is a long-term bonds, generally it is called T-bonds or treasury bonds. So the left-hand side photograph showcase you a treasury bond. Of course, these are the two examples which we are referring to, where the lot size was 2,770. And please understand, this is Abraham Lincoln lived in 19th century, right? So at that point in time, or 18th century. So at that time, at that point in time, this amount was very high. So the total lot was 2,770 multiplied by $1,000 was one particular bill value. okay, which was offered by HR Harmer and archived in international auction. So somebody has bought it and put it in an international auction where from it has been received. So American Banknote Company Archive Auction Part 3 has showcased this. And United States of America Fourth Liberty loan of $1,000 bond in 1905 has been released. Okay. And then they have also shown at that point in time that how a bank note looks like. So that is 100 rupees one, $100 one, which is shown in the right hand side. While you can also see Shanghai branch has some sterling treasury bills from Russian government as well. So Russian government also has issued in past similar kind of T-bond, and they look like in the right-hand corner, bottom corner of the photograph. Are you with me? This is how it used to look like. But now things have changed, isn't it? So now everything is electronic format. How many of you have downloaded and checked the RBI Direct? RBI Direct, how many of you? Okay, Mohammed Ayan has checked. Mohammed Ayan, are you joining from mobile? If you are joining from mobile, I want you to showcase that app. If you can share your screen and showcase that app. If you are joining from.
Sir, I have to log in again. Sir, give me just 2 minutes.
Yeah, you bring it up. Let me, meanwhile, because then people can see. A lot of them have not yet enrolled, or
Yes,
they do not want to enroll. However, it's free of cost. Enrollment is free of cost. You can always enroll and delete it whenever you want. If you don't want to do KYC, you cannot do KYC as well. It will be just like an app. It will showcase everything. Okay. So we'll wait for Mohammed Ayan to come back with his mobile. Meanwhile, let me showcase to you, if you have purchased a bond today, and for example, in India, how will it look like? Yeah. So let's go to this particular website. This is the RBI website. You can find here any kind of bond which has been issued by Government of India. Okay. All detail, even archives are available. You can see there on the right hand side. This is the RBI website. It is also important for economics learning. If you want to learn any in economics, you have to be conversant with this website. Okay. Like they have now newly launched a website. Is my screen visible? Can you see the new website now?
Yes, sir.
If you want to take loan, Bhumika, or you want to give loan, you need to understand this website. Anybody in your family is planning to take loan, tell them to go and check here certain data. And those data, of course, we will learn in detail later as well. Yeah, when we will do the valuation of bond, we will be learning this data. This data will become very critical for you. And you have to come here on this page. Note down this website in your notebook if you are using a notebook. website.rbi.org.in. That's the website. Why it is important? Because this will showcase to you policy rates. Now, what is policy rate? Now, policy rates are those monetary rates, monetary lending rates, which is decided by government independent body. Okay, it's a government, but it is an independent to government as well. And the body name is Reserve Bank of India. How many of you have heard about Reserve Bank of India in your life? Put yes in chat box, please. Okay, 2, 3, 7, 8 people, 10, 12, 13. Most of you, right? You have heard about Reserve Bank of India. Tell me where you have heard about it. Anyone, unmute yourself and tell me where have you heard about Reserve Bank of India? 17 people have heard, no problem. Whoever has not heard, I will explain what exactly is Reserve Bank of India. Quick. Anybody, unmute yourself. Where you have heard somebody talking, or you went to Reserve Bank of India in Hypo.
Central Bank of India.
Pooja, where have you heard? आप गए थे रिजर्व बैंक में गए थे कभी या आपने किसी के मुंह से सुना हो?
No, sir.
You have not gone
Sir,
there.
No, sir,
sir, it is printed on
no,
the
sir.
on our currency,
Ah,
which
Sir, I
the
studied
government.
about that in 11th
Yes,
class,
sir.
my economics.
correct, Nishu. Yeah. In economic class, you can hear about it, or you can see in the note, bank note. Can you see what's named there? What is the name? Reserve Bank.
Reserve Bank of India.
Reserve Bank of India.
All your currency is published by Reserve Bank of India. Clear? They also set loan. If you are taking any loan, it sets the minimum loan interest rate. It comes from following policy rates. These are these policy rates which we will be using throughout our journey now. So you have to get conversion with these rates. Not only Indian rates, you have to also get conversion with US Treasury bill rates. So there you need to know this website. Because valuation में, finance में, without these two websites, you can't do any valuation. Okay. So SEC in America, which is the body which controls stock market in America, also have this rate disclosed. But then United States of America have its own body which publishes the T-bills rates. Okay. T-bill rate, which is the federal government. So Federal Reserve Bank, they publish this kind of data. USA. So that's the US Department of Treasury. Like we have a Reserve Bank of India, they have a Department of Treasury which publishes these kind of rate. Now, anything which you see below 52 week is T-bills. You see here, T-bills. These are T-bills rates which are available and it's changing every day, right? On Friday 4, this data was recently updated, which is yesterday, right? So up to there, you see the rate, interest rate on Treasury bill is this much, which is 4.26, 4.17. Yeah, the coupon rate is this much. In T-bill, coupon is the interest rate. Okay. Any coupon is an interest rate. Anyway, we will just go through all those terminology also today. So just be patient. Write down all the terminology which I have listed on my screen earlier. So I have shown you now RBI. I have shown you the RBI policy rates, which are these rates: marginal standing facility rate, which is 6.5. Bank rate is also 6.5. Fixed reverse repo rate. Yeah. And I will explain each of them. Just be patient a little bit. Is 3.5, 3.35. Okay. So what is repo rate? Repo rate is a rate which is used for overnight lending. Now, why there is a need of overnight lending? Are you aware about overnight lending? Have you heard about it in your graduation, post-graduation, anytime? Overnight lending. And who does that?
Sir, RBI gives loan to other banks.
Okay. No, it is not that. It's not completely correct, but it's somewhere there. Reverse repo rate is the rate which RBI takes back their lending, banks lending, reverse repo rate. Okay. There is a repo rate, which I have asked. Repo is a short form of repurchase agreement. The repo is a short form of repurchase agreement. Now, this repurchase agreement is agreement between two banks, which they settle their lending to each other. Why this happens? This happens because RBI gives a statutory requirement, which is the lending to deposit rate requirement. Okay. In short form, it is called MCLR. MCLR is that requirement which a bank need to maintain and get interest on the same. What does this mean? आप जाते हो बैंक में पैसे डिपॉजिट करते हो, राइट? लेट्स स्टार्ट विथ सिंपल एग्जांपल. You go and you give, say, $10,000 to a bank. Yeah, this currencies you have, you go to the bank, give it to their cashier. Cashier take this money and give you updating your passbook. So they will just update your passbook, print that you have deposited $10,000. How many of you have done in your life that much? Say yes in chat. So most of you have done this process. Very good. Who have not done this process should try once at least depositing money by going to bank and putting the cash. Yeah, it's very interesting stuff. So he will just give you in the book that you have put so much money in my bank. Now tomorrow, that bank goes bankrupt. Have you heard about bank goes bankrupt? In the assignment you have done, right? Yes, bank has gone bankrupt. Yes, this bank has gone bankrupt. There are several cooperative banks nowadays are going bankrupt. And when they go bankrupt, you get only 25,000 rupees out of it. So your father, mother, yourself has deposited crores of rupees in the bank, but you can withdraw how much? 25,000. Because that is what RBI says. You cannot withdraw anything more. And this is the government saying, you may recover little more according to Government of India. Earlier it was 2 lakh rupees. In case of bank goes bankrupt, you will have an insurance there, which is Government of India gives. You can recover up to 2 lakh rupees. How many of you are aware about this? Yeah. This is the challenge. Lot of people do not trust bank. Yes, PNB was about to go to bankrupt. Correct, Niket? So my point is, you have deposited crore of rupees, thinking that whenever I need, my bad, my good time, I can go there and withdraw that money, pay my fee, pay my food, yeah, food bills, pay my trips, and that bank is no longer paying you anything. What will be the situation? That 2 lakh has become 4 lakh. So up to 4 lakh rupees, there is discussion going on. You can get back from your account. Okay. So you can deposit anything and it can go bankrupt and you will not get anything. For that, Reserve Bank of India says that there has to be CRR, cash reserve ratio, right? What is cash reserve ratio? That, okay, you are a bank, your duty is to take deposits, give loan. That's what they do, right? As a business, bank does, it takes deposit from me and he will give me one paper to me, take it back, and he will put that cash not on into his locker, but he will give it to somebody else like Reliance, Birla, Malya. Yeah, they will take money and run away, or they can do business from there, but they take as a loan. So my business is take money from somebody and give somebody loan. Now in this process, my challenge is I can give all the money to the somebody, so he can make a lot of money and he will return that money and I will give it back to the people who are trusting me, right? Now that's the process. But in case of they go bankrupt or he gives all the money to Malya and Malya goes to Britain, that bank has no money to give to the depositor. We know this case, right? PNB mein hua hai. 7,000 crore rupees, one guy took from the bank, 70,000 crore rupees, another guy took from the bank, Nirav Modi, same bank, and ran away. Now, this money has to be returned to depositor. It's not bank's money. Bank only takes the profit, right? The NIM, net interest margin. What is this net interest margin? Interest which is there on your deposit, and interest is there on the loan takers, which is always a differential, right? लोन में जब भी आप लोगे तो ज्यादा रहेगा कि कम रहेगा इंटरेस्ट रेट? पुट इन चैट बॉक्स, मोर और लेस. Interest will be more on the loan or more on the deposit? लोन पे क्या रहेगा? लोन पे more रहेगा. Absolutely simple common sense, right? The difference between these two, तो लोन पे इतना है, डिपॉजिट पे इतना ही है. So difference is NIM. Net interest margin is that difference. Clear? So bank should give whatever money he is collecting in deposit, give it to somebody, they will make money, and then I will have a net interest margin. But in the worst case scenario, the guy who takes the loan and he never comes back, I'm done. I cannot return any money to the depositor. In that case, RBI has a regulation. They have put a regulation that you have to give me 18% of all the cash you have. Okay. So there is a ratio for that as well, which you need to put it to RBI. You need to find that ratio. What is that ratio? The ratio which any bankers put a certain percentage of money or cash they have. They have to keep this as a deposit to RBI. Okay. So that's the policy of RBI, that you have to keep so much percentage. Nahi, Niket. Okay. So much of percentage. CRR 4.5. Okay. Okay. Good number. Yeah. So that number, and when you are putting with RBI, RBI is the most secured place. He will not give you enough money. He will give you a smaller percentage as an interest, but you have to keep that much money in the Reserve Bank of India. So in case you go bankrupt, Reserve Bank of India can give you back that money. That is 4% or 4.5%. Correct. Yeah. That is the number you have to maintain with them. Yes. Clear? So this is how it works. And then, of course, this is not the only thing. नहीं तो इसीलिए वो लोग 25,000 allow करते हैं, because that much money is there with RBI. If bank doesn't give, RBI will give. Are you with me? That percentage has to be kept with RBI. Now, once you keep it with RBI, RBI has to give some interest to you, right? They cannot keep it just they want to, because they will also give it to government, or they will go give it to the government, institutions to run their businesses, etc. That's what RBI duty is. So now this is your assignment. We have already decided one presentation, right? What was that presentation, and who all are ready with that?
Yes, sir. It's on next Saturday about
Next Saturday?
India's 1991 condition of
Condition, right?
liberalization.
So how many groups are ready with that presentation? Because half of the group will make a presentation on RBI workings. So who all have selected already? Okay, so now we have 2 case studies to be done next Saturday. One case study on 1991 India liberalization and the status before that. And second case study is the RBI, the case of RBI, why RBI is required and what they do. Can we have these 2 presentations? And each means how many groups we have? 6 groups, right? So 3 groups should do this and 3 groups should do that. Now, Bhumika, can you create a poll in the group, WhatsApp group? And
yes, sir.
Which group, put both the projects, select one. Yeah. So group member will go and vote there that which one they are doing. Put both the project. Project 1, 1991, project 2, RBI. Simple. Okay.
So can you repeat the RBI case project?
Sorry.
Can you repeat the case study of that you have given today?
Why RBI exists in our ecosystem, and what is the rules and responsibility of RBI? Clear?
Okay, sir.
Wonderful. Do that in the chat, in the WhatsApp. Now we have understood little bit terminology. We will go in detail in different discussion. Let's go back and learn the basic terminology first. So we have looked into RBI, we have looked into a US government treasury bills. And then nowadays, if you go and buy any, suppose if you buy any treasury bond or bond. Are you ready, Mohammedan? Have you logged in from your mobile?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can now share the screen. I will stop the screen and showcase nowadays how it happens. And before you do that, let me show till 2004-5, such kind of press release used to come whenever there is a bond, new bond is coming into the market. So this is one of that example. Can you see that on your screen and how it looks like? So this
Yes,
is,
sir.
yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is, see, the feature of these bonds are, it is of 8% coupon. It is in 2003, okay, 8% coupon. It was a saving bond. So you can put money as a saving bond, but saving bond means you will be taxable. Any saving bond is a taxable bond. Okay, so this bond is a taxable bond, which will start from 21st of April 2003. At that point in time, this was the start date. And this will enable the resident, citizen, and charitable institutions in university. Anybody can buy these bonds without any monetary ceiling. What does mean monetary ceiling? Means there is no limit. You can buy as much as you want. Okay. Who can invest? They have defined. NRIs were not eligible. Subscription, it will be happening through form of ledger account. So they will open a ledger account on your name. So in RBI ledger account, this will be opened. They have also given a schematic evidences how it will be done. Now, all this is going to happen nowadays in form of in electronic format, which we will see it through IAN's mobile. Yeah. Now, bond will be issued with a minimum amount of 1,000. You see minimum amount 1,000? That is face value. And you will have a lot of that 1,000. Now here, the lot is not defined, right? Yet they have not defined the lot. Lot is not defined means you can buy even one. So you can pay 1,000 bucks and you can get a bond, right? That is what the bond is for. And this is called face value. Face value is of 1,000 bucks. Why face value? We will learn. Face value we have learned in IPOs, right? Whenever you launch the IPO, you have a face value. After that, there will be a market value, isn't it? So that's how it works. Now, bond will tap till further notice issued in cumulative and non-cumulative forms. What is cumulative? What is non-cumulative is a feature which we will talk separately. Okay. Then limit of investment, there is no limit. They have said in the beginning as well. Tax treatment, of course, you have to pay tax according to wealth tax of 1957. Maturity and rate, they have given 6 years to mature. So now this I am buying on 21st of April 2023. Which year it will mature? 2003. If I
2009.
absolutely 2009, I can go and withdraw that 1,000 rupee. And they have written that how much will you get? You will get 1,601 rupees, not 1,000. So it's a good stuff, right? I give 1,000 and I get 1,601 rupees after 8 years. Bond is non-transferable and you have to put a nominee to it. Okay, that's how it works. And issuer is Ministry of Finance, Company Affairs, Department of Economic Affairs, who has issued this circular or press communique. Clear, everyone? This is the communique used to come in past. Now we are way past of it. Why? Let's go ahead and see from Muhammad Ayan's mobile. You can share your mobile now, Muhammad.
Sir, can you please give me permission?
Can you share your mobile screen and show RBI Direct? I have given you access.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, why NRI are not eligible to invest in bond? Is there any condition?
Come again. Come again.
Sir, why NRI is not eligible to invest in bonds?
Very
Is there any
good.
conditions?
Very good. This bond might have been issued for certain purpose. And in that case, that purpose requires that it should be only offered to Indian citizens. Okay. NRI is an Indian citizen, but it is a non-Indian, non-resident Indian citizen, right? And they are sometimes get exposed to some kind of different kind of agendas. So for example, a person who goes and lives into different country might not be in favor of India. And you can see here, he can buy n number of it. So if he's a rich guy and he's working with somebody who wants to bring India down, they will buy all this bond. And then later on, one day they will sell everything. Whole Indian government will collapse. Why that happens, we will learn it little later. But you know that that can happen. How many of you have heard about George Soros episode with Adani's? George Soros episode with Adani's. Have you heard about it, learned in newspaper? Okay. Look into this news article, George Soros vendetta in India. Yeah. So the people are saying he is pro Congress, pro this, pro that, and trying to bring India down. And that guy, how he's doing? He's a shareholder. He's an investment guy. Okay, he's an investor. So by doing investment and playing with those investment, he has played with Adani stock through Hindenburg, where he has investment. Okay, Hindenburg has done hedge fund business with Adani and tried to push that stock down. Now just imagine that scenario. One NRI starts working with George Soros and try to bring the Indian government down. Can he do it or not? Think about it. Take a little time. When we will meet on Wednesday again, we will talk about it in detail. Let's go and watch RBI website. Your screen is not visible somehow. Yeah.
Sir, is it visible?
No. Or did they block it? You can't share the screen.
Sir, we can't share the screen
I
of
think that you can't share the screen. Okay. Okay, do one thing. Can you show it on your laptop? Just screen. I think in that way you can do that. They might have blocked it. Okay.
Sir, is the screen visible?
No, your screen, you have to show it. No, it's not visible. I think that's the problem. There are certain websites which you can't see. Or do one thing, just show the screenshots if you can.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me show. This is how the, I don't know, it's visible or not visible. This is how the screenshot of RBI Direct looks like. Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So on
Yes,
top, you can see they have different rates mentioned here. Can you read what is exactly? Anyone?
Indicative yield 6.8800%.
Clear. So they are saying this particular bond, this is SGS bond, which is souvenir gold bond. Okay. NIR, CG, SG, T-bills. So right now market is not open, so it is not trading. But can you see the different kind of bond? SG, CG, T-bills. Is it visible to
Yes,
you?
sir. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Everyone, I think you guys need to download this. Okay. And do little bit of research before next time presentation. Take the screenshot, put it there. Okay. In your presentation rather than me going and talking about it unnecessarily. They have given all the rates, specifically T-bill rates, and there is a graph as well which showcase that how that particular bill is trading in the market. Clear? And you can buy and sell anything here. When market will be open, you will see a screen like this. Is it visible? This is
Yes.
RBI Direct
Yes, sir.
screen. This is RBI Direct screen. Okay, your holding will be showcased here, that how much of holding you have. How much of percentage increase in that bond is happening. Okay, you can also have open market, which is OM, and then you have RFQ, request for quotation market, where they are expecting people to quote. And it will have buy and sell window where you can buy and sell. Everyone try it once, at least downloading in your computer. Don't log in, don't do KYC, but check how it works. So nowadays bonds are sold and bought on RBI. Yes, Ayan Ahmed.
Sir, is it directly linked to our Demat account or how
If
they
you
are linked?
want, yes, if you do KYC, then it will be linked to your Demat account.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you have different types of bonds here. GSEC bond, you can see. Now, GSEC and Treasury bill, they are different. In India, there are not T bonds. They are government securities. They are called government securities. That's why they are GSEC bond. G for government, SEC for securities. Okay. So anything which is above 1 year will be counted as GSEC. Are you with me? That is what it showcases. So use it before the next class. Why I am saying? Because you will see new words here. Can you see yield curve here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that yield curve is a curve which showcase this is how it looks like. Okay. Go and watch this video in your free time. So you'll get more convergent with it. It's very simple explanation. We will learn differently. We will learn it with practice. Okay. We'll not learn it with definitions. So you go and watch these videos. When we will do calculation based and calculate yield curve or use yield curve. But that introduction, you guys need to do it your own self. Make sense? Let's go back to our presentation and learn the critical terms which you will be using it going forward. Here are those 6 important terms which I want to discuss with you. The first one is bond itself. Now, bond, we are learning in a class of fixed income. Clear? So it is a fixed income investment. Bond, just as a word, if you want to define, it is a fixed income investment, not instrument. Bond is an instrument when you use it for the purpose of buying or selling. Okay. So let's just start understanding bond as a word. So bond as a word is a fixed income investment. If you invest in bonds, you invest in fixed income. Are you with me? What it represents? It represents that you have given a loan to somebody else. Whenever bond is created, bond is nothing but a piece of paper which is shown on the screen where you can write 100, you can design your own bond. Not necessarily you have to follow exactly United States of America. You can design your own bond. Bond is basically piece of paper which has been converted into now electronic format where you are saying, I am giving a loan. If somebody is buying the bond, he will say, I am giving a loan. Who is giving loan? The investor who invest in the bond. Who is giving loan? Investor who invest in the loan. To whom? The borrower. If loan is taken, then there is a borrower, right? A person who takes the loan is a borrower. Karza lene wala, karzdar, right? So that person is borrower who is taking paisa from you, money from you. What he is giving against it? A piece of paper. A piece of paper like this, where he will design his photograph, he will put money amount, he will say exactly like currency, IOU. Currency पे लिखा होता है ना, क्या लिखा होता है? Let me read for you. I promise to pay the bearer the sum of 500 rupees. That's what it is written. But who is signing is important, right? Here the signature is by governor. So you can trust it and you can keep it in your purse and carry it all around and get to buy anything you want. Clear? In case of bond, it's also a piece of paper and might not be such a quality paper, but it has also similar property. And it is used to get money. So if I am a borrower, I will prepare, put my photograph, put my description, and I will say 500 rupees. And somebody will give me this 500 and I will give him, take this paper, go home, enjoy. But there is 3 points which are important in that paper to make it bond. Anybody, tell me what are those 3 points which I have to mention?
The time period.
Correct, absolutely. Next person.
Sir,
Sir,
issuer
signature.
and purpose of bond, sir.
Issuer name has to be there, absolutely. कौन कर रहा है भाई? गवर्नर कर रहा है, विवेक सुमन कर रहा है, अयान कर रहा है, रिया कर रही है, भूमिका कर रही, कर कौन रहा है, दे कौन रहा है, उसकी वैल्यू क्या है, राइट? कूपन हो गया,
Maturity period.
मैच्योरिटी करेक्ट, which is time, tenure, right? So very good. I have noted down all. Can you see your names here? Whatever you have told me. Issuer का नाम आना चाहिए. That's the first property. यहाँ पे issuer कौन है आपके स्क्रीन पे? Tell me who is the issuer on your screen. Who is the issuer on your screen? The United States of America, right? Or
Yes.
here the issuer is myself. Okay, I will write my name. अभी लिख दिया उधर, ठीक है? VS is issuer. दूसरा उस पे क्या दिख रहा है आपको? कूपन दिख रहा है सबको? कूपन लिखा है सेकंड पॉइंट. कूपन मतलब क्या? कूपन, आप कूपन तो देखा है ना? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव सीन कूपन्स? मूवी थिएटर में जाओ, ऑफिस पे जाओ, कूपन मिलते हैं ऐसे. हैव यू सीन सच काइंड ऑफ कूपन्स? या
Yes,
आप गेम एरिना
Yes,
में
sir.
गेम खेला है आपने? मारियो, फुटबॉल, बास्केटबॉल गेम एरिना में होता है और उसमें फिर वो कूपन निकलता है. आपने देखा है वो? या जैकपॉट आपका लगता है तो
yes,
बहुत
sir.
कूपन निकलते हैं. वो कूपन होते हैं. तो क्या होते हैं कि वो एक्चुअली एक छोटी टिकट होती है, जाके आपने इनकैश कराना होता है काउंटर पे. उसके अगेंस्ट आपको वो बॉल दे देंगे, टेडी बियर दे देंगे, फुटबॉल दे देंगे, व्हाटएवर. और समटाइम इवन यू वांट, दे विल गिव यू अ करेंसी. Yeah, and they will give you card like this. You can take your kid and you can enjoy there, right? So that is coupon. Now यहाँ पे whenever I am saying on this, coupon is basically that interest rate which I will give you. If you give me this 500 rupees, I will give you this interest rate. Are you with me? तो यहाँ पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि मैं 10% इंटरेस्ट रेट दूंगा. कितना परसेंट मैंने कमिट किया? 10%.
10%.
So now if you give me 500 rupees in a year, how much coupon I will give you? इस कूपन के अगेंस्ट, ये कूपन है आपका 10% वाला. ओके, इसके ऊपर लिख देता हूं 10%. ये कूपन आपको मिलने वाला है. क्या वैल्यू होगा इस कूपन का? एनीवन? अनम्यूट.
50 50 rupees.
50 रुपीज। तो आपने दिया मुझे 500। अब मैं आपको कितना दूंगा? ये हरा वाला नोट बहुत डार्क है ना, मजेदार है, या इससे बड़ा है, या अगर आप लॉलीपॉप खाने के लिए आते तो ये मैं पकड़ाता, आप तो बड़े हो गए हो, सो यू नो इट इज नॉट दैट बिग। पर ये डार्क ग्रीन कलर का आपने ये देना है। एंड एवरी मंथ और एवरी ईयर और एवरी क्वार्टरली व्हाट आई विल गिव यू, आई विल गिव यू दिस नोट। इज दिस क्लियर इन दिस डॉक्यूमेंट? ये क्लियर किया मैंने?
Yes.
परफेक्ट। सो सेकंड इज डन। थर्ड वन, अब ये मैं कितने साल तक दूंगा? कितने साल के लिए मैं दे रहा हूं?
5
5
years.
year.
5 ईयर। तो आज से आपको 50 रुपए मिलने चालू होंगे, राइट? एंड ऑफ द ईयर। टुडे इज व्हाट डेट? टुडे इज डेट बताइए, कौन बता सकते हैं आज का डेट?
5th April.
5th April.
ओह सॉरी, 1 अप्रैल को ये क्लास लेना था तो मजा आता है ना। तब तो पक्का अप्रैल फुल बनाता ही बनाता, राइट? ये 50 रुपए आपको बताता दूंगा और दूंगा नहीं, बट एनीवे मैं देता। सो एवरी ईयर एंड एवरी 1 ऑफ अप्रैल you will get how much? 50 rupees. And then somebody said maturity. Very good. I will write that as well. Maturity. Maturity में मैं क्या लिखना चाहिए? 5 ईयर तक मैं आपको 50-50 रुपए दे रहा हूं। मैच्योरिटी के दिन क्या होने वाला है? What will
Sir,
happen?
1 year. Sir, 1 year.
हाँ सॉरी,
1 year, sir.
नहीं, मैच्योरिटी कूपन आपको दे रहा हूं ना, हर एक ईयर में आपको 50 रुपए दे रहा हूं, तो आपका कूपन हो गया।
So the
कितने
date
दूंगा?
after 5 years.
टेनोर है 5 ईयर, तो 5 साल आपको मिलेगा ये। कोई कैलकुलेशन करो फट से, 5 साल में कितने 50 रुपए के नोट मिले?
Sir, 250 rupees.
250 रुपीज। 500 रुपए आपने दिया था भाई इस पेपर के अगेंस्ट, आपको मिला क्या आपका 500?
No,
यू रिसीव योर 500? नहीं ना।
Sir.
सो दैट यू विल गेट ऑन द मैच्योरिटी डेट। सो बताइए यहाँ पे क्या लिखूं, कौन सा डेट लिखूं मैच्योरिटी के लिए? 1 अप्रैल लिखता हूं ना, 1 अप्रैल ऑफ विच ईयर?
2030 sir.
2030.
अब पक्का काम कर रहा हूँ माल्या वाला। 1 अप्रैल लिख दिया। 1 अप्रैल तो फुल स्टे है, जिस दिन आप आओगे 500 रुपए मांगने उस दिन बोलूंगा पेपर लिया, भूल जाओ आप, मैं चला ब्रिटेन, यूके में जाके बैठूंगा। ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ द बॉन्ड लुक लाइक। नाउ अमाउंट में क्या डालोगे यहाँ पे आप?
500.
Absolutely. This is how the bond works. Simple है? Anybody has any confusion here? Tell me now.
No sir.
इससे सिंपल करके मैं नहीं बता सकता, मेरे को I can't do that. It's impossible. Anybody has a doubt? Tell me now. इससे सिंपल करके नहीं बता पाऊंगा. I will try different way. But if you are still confused, if you are confused, tell me. Have you understood bond?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, if somebody
yes.
Okay, good. Everybody, yes, no, chat box में लिखिए. I don't know who is speaking right now. Okay, so tell in chat box if you have understood this concept. Very simple concept. Simple है ना? कल anybody talks to you, I want to do a bond. You know what he's talking about. What he's talking about, he will open a paper and he will give you this paper. What all this paper carries? It will say that who is issuing it? VS. What is the coupon? 10%. 10% will have one more thing, which is frequency. Don't forget that. Frequency. नहीं तो वो बुद्धू बनाएगा, अप्रैल 1 वाला काम करेगा। So frequency भी चाहिए। What else you need? You need frequency of this coupon. दोनों साथ में होंगे। 10% every year. That's what they will commit to you. 5% monthly. 2% daily. They have to say frequency as well. Okay, otherwise he will say I told you I will give you after 5 years, come on 1st April 2030 I will give you everything, 10% भी दूंगा और आपका 500 रुपया भी दूंगा। फुल हो गया ना आप? वो नहीं होना है। सो बॉन्ड बोला तो ये पर्टिकुलरली इतने मिनिमम इतना तो चाहिए ही चाहिए अपने को, है कि नहीं है? इसके अलावा भी बहुत कुछ फीचर्स होते हैं जो हम डिस्कस करेंगे अभी। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद कूपन रेट। हैव यू अंडरस्टूड कूपन रेट? Coupon rate is ideally that interest rate which is paid annually. On what? Paid on a face value. Paid on what? Paid on face value. Remember always, the IPO पे जो आती है face value, वही face value पे मिलेगी आपको. उस दिन क्या ट्रेडिंग हो रही है आईपीओ के दिन या आईपीओ के बाद, उससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. आईपीओ के डॉक्यूमेंट में जो फेस वैल्यू लिखी गई और जिसपे वो स्टॉक लिस्ट हो गई, that is the face value at which you will get coupon. And what is that coupon? That is an interest rate, ideally annual, paid by the bond, expressed in terms of percentage. Simple definition, 4 part में definition है. It is a interest rate, generally annually, annual interest rate है, paid by whom? The bond provider. How it is expressed? It is expressed in terms of percentage and paid on the bond's face value. Simple and technical, both you know now. So bond has a face value generally of 1,000, which you are seeing on your screen. Bond has a face value of 1,000 generally. Again, all are general, it can change. And if there is a coupon rate of 5%, how much will you get? You will get $50 annually. Now, what is face value here? Face value is the par value, which I will list here. Face value is the par value, which I will list here. It could be any number. In our case, it was 500 rupees. In the case of United States of America bills, it is 1,000. Are you with me? Typically, it is 1,000 is the amount. And it can trade at premium. Premium is what? Premium का मतलब क्या हुआ? ये 500 रुपए का नोट है and I am selling at premium. Face value 500 रुपए का है and I am selling at premium. How much money you need to give to me? Minimum.
More than 500.
More than 500. Absolutely, Ria. And if it is selling at below par, at discount, below par, at discount, how much you will be giving me? Will you give me this 500 even? No.
No, less than 500.
Absolutely, everyone. Bhumika, who all have said? Few of you could not start your camera, right? Or your voice message. So you will giving me maybe, kitna ye? This is the amount you will give me. 1, 2,
450.
450.
450.
So
450.
is my bond is selling at premium or discount? If I am
Discount.
Discount.
and if it is at premium, you might be giving me 550. Same bond. Clear? So that's the third understanding. Fourth is maturity. Now maturity is the date when I will be returning to you the par value. You might have purchased at 450 at discount. See the beauty. If you are buying at discount, how much you bought for? How much you bought for in current?
450.
450, sir.
When you will come out maturity date, how much I will give you?
500.
500, sir.
50 तो ऐसे ही आपको मिल गया. तो आपको हमेशा क्या सोचना है कि डिस्काउंट पे ले लूं. What will you think? You will think that I buy at discount, not at premium. You will think like that. But who will decide that premium and discount? Tell me, who will decide that premium or discount?
Sir, bond
The issuer.
No. Issuer can only describe this. Market decides. Market decides whether it will sell at premium or it will sell at discount. Issuer might be first time ready to give you the discount. Possible. He can say that come buy this at 5% discount. He can tell that. And then he can give you at 5% discount. Possible. But it is decided by the market. अब बताओ कब ऐसा मार्केट होगा जब इश्यूअर 500 रुपए का बॉन्ड 450 रुपए पे दे देगा. What kind of
Reissue time?
Sorry?
Reissue?
Pre-issue के टाइम पे दे सकता है या मार्केट वाइब्रेंट नहीं है. Market is crashing. Okay,
Deflation.
nobody wants to buy anything of Indian government today. If that
Inflation?
sorry,
Inflation.
रिसेशन इज दैट वर्ड। रिसेशन में है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया। सो यू नो आज का 500 रुपए का वैल्यू कल के 500 रुपए के वैल्यू से कम है। यू नो दैट, राइट? बिकॉज टुमारो ये 500 रुपए आप का बॉन्ड लोगे और कल जाओगे तो 500 रुपए की कोई वैल्यू नहीं ना। इन्फ्लेशन है, रिसेशन में इन्फ्लेशन है, रिसेशन में ट्रबल है कि आपका करेंसी नीचे जा रहा है, राइट? सो इफ आई हैव टू बाई अ मैक, से मैक प्रो का बुक, इफ आई हैव टू बाई दिस मैक प्रो का लैपटॉप, राइट? ये तो अमेरिका से ही आएगा ना। अभी मालूम है 25% इस पे हमें टैरिफ देनी है। नाउ वी नो 25% टैरिफ देनी है। सो बाय द वे, जस्ट टू गिव यू अपसाइड इंफॉर्मेशन, किसी को भी अगर कोई भी अमेरिकन प्रोडक्ट लेना है, आईफोन है, एप्पल का मैकबुक है, या कोई भी अमेरिकन प्रोडक्ट है, ले लो अभी। एंड एनीवे उस पे आ गया है टैक्स, लेकिन जो इंडियन मार्केट में आपको मिलेगा अभी भी विदाउट टैक्स के मिलेगा। सो ले लो राइट नाउ, एटलीस्ट फॉर 6 months, you never know. After 6 months, Government of India is negotiating BTS, bilateral trade agreement, which Government of India is negotiating with America. Possibly, both country will waive off their tariff. Right now, we charge them 100% on certain product. They charge us half of that amount. So anyway, that is tariff discussion. My point was that it is a possibility that you will receive this 500 worth of bond at 450 if an issuer decides to do it, and the reasons would be 1, 2, 3, 4, which we'll learn. And then at maturity, but you will always get is what? On maturity, you will always get
Add value.
500.
500.
very good. Never forget this, because when tomorrow, when next Wednesday we'll discuss calculations. So bring your laptop, bring your calculator. Minimum calculator आपके पास होना चाहिए next class के लिए, और maximum you should do it on your computer. So Excel में करेंगे हम लोग, live करेंगे. You will learn it live, how to do valuation of bonds. Trust me, it's easiest of all. Easiest क्या part है? Is calculating bond का simple valuation, and toughest to do it regularly. Fixed income market is not easy. It requires really brains. Why? Because economics आनी चाहिए आपको. ये next lecture में आपको पता चलेगा जब थोड़ा advance जाएंगे हम, ठीक है? But valuation आपको calculate करना आना चाहिए, और definitely you should learn that. Clear? Here comes the maturity. Maturity is the date where I will get my principal amount or face value of that bond, irrespective of which market it is. Always remember, I will get bond ka face value. Now just imagine the scenario. Today is 1st of April 2030. Today is 1st of April 2030. This bond was sold to me by Muskan. She sold me this bond, and I bring this to Muskan. Okay, this bond I bring to Muskan. Muskan, yesterday, this bond was selling at premium. Muskan, this bond yesterday was selling at premium. 50 rupees का premium था. So अगर yesterday मैंने बेच दिया होता तो how much money I would have got?
550.
Absolutely
More than
नहीं, प्रीमियम पे सेल हो रहा है. डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज, हु ट्राइंग टू से 450. प्रीमियम पे सेल हो रहा है. निकेत, अगर मैं आज 1 अप्रैल है और मैं 31 मार्च को आपके पास आता हूं, जिस दिन ये मार्केट में ट्रेड हो रहा है 50 रुपीज प्रीमियम पे, कितना रुपया मुझे मिलेगा?
550.
550, absolutely 550, right? Face value is 500 plus premium 50. I am getting 550. But now same thing, I didn't sold on 31st, and I came and told Muskan, give me my principal. How much she will give me?
So 500.
तो मार्केट
500.
में कुछ भी रेट
500,
रहने
sir.
दो, मार्केट में कोई रेट रहने दो, मेरे को कितना मिलने वाला है? 500
500.
rupees. So what I have established just now कि maturity के date पे you will always get the face value. Remember, this will be a trick of trade tomorrow. ये बहुत काम में आने वाला है. वैल्यूएशन का एक क्वेश्चन जरूर आता है जिसमें ये घुमाएंगे. बोलेंगे 5th ऑफ अप्रैल 2030 पे आपको कितना रुपए का वैल्यू रहेगा इस बॉन्ड का, अगर बॉन्ड का यील्ड इतना है, फेस वैल्यू इतना है, कूपन इतना है, कितना रहेगा?
फेस वैल्यू।
एब्सोल्युटली, दैट्स द आंसर। क्वेश्चन कुछ भी हो, आंसर एक ही होगा। अगर वो डेट मैच्योरिटी डेट है तो रिमेंबर मैच्योरिटी डेट का प्रॉपर्टी। क्लियर? लास्ट, यील्ड, सेकंड लास्ट रादर, यील्ड। या यील्ड क्या है? यील्ड इज अनदर फेनोमेना। ओके, व्हाट इज दैट फेनोमेना? दिस इज अ रिटर्न फेनोमेना। जैसे इंटरेस्ट होता है लोन पे, डिविडेंड होता है, किस पे होता है डिविडेंड?
शेयर्स में सर।
शेयर।
शेयर्स पे।
शेयर पे सर।
या सो ये सब क्वेश्चंस किस में आते हैं? आपके मेंटल एबिलिटी के क्वेश्चन से, राइट? दे विल गिव यू वर्ड्स, डिविडेंड डैश, इंटरेस्ट, लोन। क्या फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स में आएगा?
डिविडेंड, शेयर्स,
नाउ यू
इंटरेस्ट।
आर क्वालिफाइड टू अपीयर फॉर कैट एज वेल। क्लियर ना? यही सिखाते हैं कैट में, और क्या सिखाते हैं? सो यील्ड इज फॉर बॉन्ड, कूपन नहीं होगा आंसर। Coupon is what you will get every year, fix. But actually what you get is the yield. क्योंकि शेयर में भी dividend will be decided in that year, right? Which year they are declaring it. But actual share price का जो appreciation है, that is equivalent to yield. If you ask me literally, so आपका जो calculate करते हो शेयर मार्केट में कैपिटल एप्रिसिएशन का परसेंटेज, सो आपने फेस वैल्यू लिया था आईपीओ के डेट पे 200% पे। सो फेस वैल्यू 10 रुपए थी, आईपीओ के डेट पे 20 रुपीज का वैल्यू डिक्लेयर हुआ, आपने 20 रुपीज में परचेस किया, एंड आफ्टर 10 days यू सोल्ड इट टू समबडी एल्स एट 25 रुपीज। कितने रुपीज का आपको एप्रिसिएशन मिला रुपीज में, बताइए?
5।
5 रुपीज का एप्रिसिएशन मिला, राइट? 20 तो मैंने दिया है, 25 मुझे मिल गए, 5 रुपए का एप्रिसिएशन। अब मुझे बताइए परसेंटेज टर्म में हाउ मच परसेंटेज आई गॉट? 5 डिवाइड बाई 20, सिंपल है ना? 20% का एप्रिसिएशन 10 दिन में मिल गया। क्लियर? अब ये जो एप्रिसिएशन है दैट इज कॉल्ड स्टॉक का एप्रिसिएशन। सिमिलरली बॉन्ड का भी एप्रिसिएशन होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल 31st ऑफ मार्च कितने पैसे मिल रहे थे मुझे मार्केट में?
550 सर।
550। कितने परसेंट का एप्रिसिएशन था? परसेंटेज में डायरेक्ट बताओ अभी। अब मैं वो
10%।
ऐसा नहीं पूछूंगा।
10% सर।
10% का
10।
एप्रिसिएशन था, राइट? फेस वैल्यू पे मुझे 10% का एप्रिसिएशन मिल रहा था। दैट एप्रिसिएशन ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर डेट इज माय यील्ड। आर यू विथ मी? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव अंडरस्टूड? ये
Yes, sir.
रिटर्न है ऑन द इन्वेस्टमेंट विच आई हैव मेड। ये रिटर्न है ना, 50 रुपए का रिटर्न हुआ ना। अब मैं अगर एक दिन और मिस कर जाता और मुस्कान के पास जाता, मुस्कान तो मेरे को लॉलीपॉप देने वाली थी, उस बॉन्ड पेपर जो फाड़ दिया उसने, बिकॉज शी नोज आई कैन नॉट गो एंड ट्रेड इट नाउ, एंड शी विल गिव मी अ लॉलीपॉप, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर बिकमिंग अ फूल कमिंग टू द लास्ट डेट। इसलिए याद रखना, लास्ट डेट पे आपको केवल फेस वैल्यू ही मिलेगा। क्लियर? एनीबडी विल फॉरगेट दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी एवर? लास्ट डेट पे क्या मिलेगा? फेस वैल्यू। सो डोंट गो टू मुस्कान, गो टू निकित who will give you 50 rupees extra. That is your yield. Have you understood that? That is apart from your coupon. Coupon you get every year. You have already got 250 rupees, right? But last date you want to make little more money. So आपको मैच्योरिटी के डेट पे जाना है या एक दिन उससे पहले जाना है? एक दिन पहले।
पहले।
If Niket is there, then only go. Otherwise, don't go. I don't know who will be there. Again, Muskan is sitting in the market. She will not give you anything. She will say, what? You are fooling. अगर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया मार्केट में है, उसने ही इश्यू किया है ये बॉन्ड, उसको मालूम है ना कि कल इसका वैल्यू क्या होने वाला है, तो देगा क्या 50 रुपए आपको? मुस्कान विल नेवर गिव यू, ट्रस्ट मी, शी विल नेवर गिव यू, शी विल ओनली गिव यू लॉलीपॉप एज ए फ्रेंड। ठीक है? तो दैट्स हाउ इट वर्क्स। उसमें लास्ट चीज जो आपको समझनी है, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड समझ गए, गवर्नमेंट इशू करती है, कॉर्पोरेट बॉन्ड कॉर्पोरेट इशू करती है। दिस इज योर टास्क नाउ, फाइंड आउट अभी कौन सा कॉर्पोरेट का बॉन्ड अवेलेबल है मार्केट में। आपको आरबीआई के साइट पे नहीं मिलेगा, वो आपको जनरली जीरोधा ये सब साइट पे मिलेंगे या गूगल पे मिलेंगे। दैट्स योर अनदर टास्क फॉर नेक्स्ट वीक। will you be doing it? Put Y in the chat box if you will be doing it. अगर आप लोग ये काम करोगे तो I will leave you in 15 minutes. I will just cover one more slide, 2 slides, and I will leave you in 15 minutes. But सबको आंसर करना होगा. You will do this task and you will prepare the presentation for next Saturday. Put 2 yeses in the chat box. दोनों काम के लिए. And vote in the group. तब 15 मिनट में क्लास खत्म होगी, नहीं तो क्लास चलेगी. पार्टी तो अभी चलेगी. मजा आ रहा है ना? How many of you are enjoying this session? उसके लिए 3 यस लिखने
Yes,
पड़ेंगे.
sir.
उसके लिए 3 यस लिखने पड़ेंगे. ओके, 2 यस में काम नहीं चलेगा. ओके, 3 यस लिख दिया किसी ने. मुस्कान ने पहला लिखा, क्योंकि वो तो सबको लॉलीपॉप दे रही है ना, इसलिए उसको मजा आ रहा है. ओके, किसी ने ऑलरेडी फाइंड भी कर दिया. एक से नहीं चलेगा निकेत, मुझे सारे चाहिए जो अभी चल रहे हैं, और उनका 3 चीज चाहिए. ओके, सो गुड, यू हैव रिटन रॉन्गली, सो आई विल आस्क यू. इश्यूअर का नाम चाहिए मुझे. सो व्हाट इज द एक्सरसाइज? यूज अ एक्सेल शीट और अ वर्ड फाइल, पुट अ टेबल देयर एंड पुट हु इज द इश्यूअर, what is the maturity date, when is the issue is closing, what is the percentage of coupon they are offering, and is there any yield there. Yeah, this is the exercise. Bhumika, you have to note it down and put it in chat box. What is the homework? Homework is a table has to be created with all the currently issued corporate bonds, name of the issuer, coupon, maturity date of closing the issue, and yield if any. ठीक है, ये करके लाई. मजेदार एक्सरसाइज है. यू विल लर्न समथिंग न्यू. ठीक है. एंड यस, आई वांट सेपरेटली one for one more. Lokesh has came late, so he has to write 10 yeses in the chat box if he enjoyed the session. Lokesh, why did you come late today? लोकेश भाग गया. उसको बोला 10 यस लिखने के लिए तो भाग गया. क्या हो गया? अच्छा, नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम है. Put 10 yes. That's your penalty if you enjoyed the session. Okay, clear. Very good. No, leave it. I'm just joking. Thanks. Okay, so let's go to the advantages. Clear? Advantages देख लेते हैं. So advantage bond में है, fixed income instrument में है, specifically higher yield. Always advantage will be there if I buy at discount and sell at premium. पहला advantage, क्योंकि face value तो anyway I will get. Whatever I give, I will get as a face value. But what extra I am looking for? If I am a smart investor, I will always look for that theory. What was that theory? बताइए, स्टॉक मार्केट का theory.
buy
Buy
low, sell
low,
high.
sell high.
Buy low, sell high. बॉन्ड में क्या होगा? Buy at discount, sell at premium और at higher yields. प्रीमियम बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. आप क्या बोलेंगे? आप कौन सी टर्मिनोलॉजी यूज करेंगे? बिकॉज यू आर अटेंडिंग ए इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग क्लास, यू विल से हायर yields इज द एडवांटेज ऑफ बॉन्ड. कूपन पेमेंट तो मिलना ही मिलना है आपको, वो तो गारंटी होनी चाहिए. अगर वो गारंटी नहीं है तो कॉर्पोरेट बॉन्ड है, माल्या ने लॉन्च किया है, लेके भागने वाला है. ठीक है, वो आपको कूपन नहीं देगा, बोलेगा मैं दूंगा, देगा नहीं. तो इसका मतलब अगर माल्या का यूवी बिवरेज का बॉन्ड होगा तो उसमें कूपन ज्यादा होगा कि कम होगा, ये बताइए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया से.
कम होगा.
ज्यादा.
ज्यादा होगा. ऑलवेज
ज्यादा.
ज्यादा होगा. क्यों ज्यादा होगा? क्योंकि नहीं खरीदेंगे ना कोई. माल्या का बॉन्ड कोई क्यों खरीदेगा? वो तो कूपन ही नहीं देने वाला है, वो तो पैसे लेके भागने वाला है. भाई कूपन छोड़ो, प्रिंसिपल भी जा रही है आपकी. सो माल्या क्या करेगा? वो लॉलीपॉप ज्यादा लगाएगा उधर. वो मुस्कान के जैसा एक नहीं 20 लॉलीपॉप लगाएगा. वो बोलेगा सबके लिए. या सो इंस्टेड ऑफ गिविंग द गवर्नमेंट प्राइस 5%, ही विल गिव यू 25%. ये जो एक्सरसाइज आप करोगे उसमें वो दिखेगा. व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग दोज नंबर्स, चेक हु इज गिविंग मोर कूपन. जो लोग पैसे लेके भागने वाले होंगे. ऐसा नहीं भागेगा, लेकिन मतलब देयर विल बी अ रीजन टू डाउट दैट गाय will be the guy who will be giving you more. अब टाटा रहेगी, अडानी रहेगा और टॉम डिक एंड हैरी रहेगा. किसका बॉन्ड पे आपको ज्यादा कूपन मिलेगा, ज्यादा यील्ड मिलेगा? लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द डे। टाटा,
सर
अडानी, टॉम, डिक एंड हैरी, किसका कूपन ज्यादा होगा?
सर टॉम डिक एंड हैरी।
Sir,
Sir,
Tom.
Tom, Dick and
Obviously Tom, Dick and Harry, because nobody knows him whether he exists or not. कुत्ता तो मालूम है, टॉम, डिक एंड हैरी नाम सुना है, लेकिन अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई डोंट। ओके, सो लोअर रिस्क, बॉन्ड हैज ए लोअर रिस्क। व्हाई? टेल मी व्हाई। दो रीजन बताइए व्हाई इट हैज अ लोअर रिस्क इनहेरिटेडली।
Because it has a fixed percentage of coupon.
करेक्ट, इट हैज अ कूपन विच कम्स टू एवरी ईयर। 50 रुपए तो आ गए ना भाई, 500 रुपए आपने दिए, 50 तो आ गए। लाला जो गल्ले पे बैठेंगे वो यही बोलेंगे ना, अरे कुछ तो आ गए भाई। तो ये सेफ हो गया मेरे लिए। स्टॉक में है क्या पॉसिबिलिटी कि डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर होगा ईयर के एंड पे?
No, sir.
गारंटी
नो
बहुत
सर।
नहीं देती है। डिक्लेयर भी करेगी, आपको नहीं मिलेगा डिविडेंड। मतलब वो अपने शेयर होल्डर जो प्रेफरेंशियल वाले हैं उनके लिए करेंगे। Are you with me? So that is why comparatively they are more safer. So पहला रीजन हो गया बॉन्ड में। दूसरा रीजन क्या है why it is safer? Generally bonds are issued with some kind of collateral. Generally again, otherwise they will write in the bond. जब आप रिसर्च करोगे तो उसमें लिखा रहता है वेरी क्लियरली, टैक्सेबल बॉन्ड, नॉन टैक्सेबल बॉन्ड, कॉलेबल बॉन्ड, नॉन कॉलेबल बॉन्ड, पुटेबल बॉन्ड, बहुत टाइप्स ऑफ बॉन्ड है। बट जनरली वन टाइप ऐसा है जिसमें आपको आपका फेस वैल्यू कोलेटरलाइज रहता है। नेक्स्ट सेशन में जब हम लोग टाइप्स ऑफ बॉन्ड में जाएंगे तो हम लोग वो लर्न करेंगे, ठीक है, कि ऐसे बॉन्ड होते हैं जिसमें कोलेटरल होता है। सो आप उसकी कंपनी पे दावा ठोक सकते हो, उसके इक्विपमेंट को बेच के, उसके लोगों को बेच के, उसकी आईपीस को बेच के पैसे रिकवर कर सकते हो। मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस लास्ट टाइम मैंने डिस्कस किया था। मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस शेक्सपियर का बहुत फेमस स्टोरी है, 6th स्टैंडर्ड में हम लोग पढ़ते थे। मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस? अगर इफ यू नो, पुट 1 pound फ्लैश इन द चैट बॉक्स, 1 pound फ्लैश इन द चैट बॉक्स इफ यू नो। अच्छा 1 लिखो, चलो इजी कर देता हूँ। 1 लिखो चैट बॉक्स में इफ यू हैव हर्ड दिस स्टोरी। हैव यू हर्ड दिस स्टोरी मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस? एनीवन? रिया, लास्ट लेक्चर में मैंने डिस्कस किया ना मर्चेंट ऑफ वेनिस।
not in the last lecture, but before, before you have told us this too.
स्टोरी बताया है कि नहीं बताया है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
We have discussed this story, right? So merchant of Venice में क्या कोलेटरल था? 1 pound of flesh, था कि नहीं था? 1 pound of flesh was written in the note which wife of that a person didn't read it. It was there, 1 pound of flesh मैं लूंगा, और वो भी उसने बोला था थाइस पे से ही लूंगा, ऐसा बोला था। तो स्टोरी बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, रीड करनी चाहिए, ठीक है। सो पॉइंट ये है कि कोलैटरल क्या था यहाँ पे? 1 pound ऑफ फ्लैश। और जनरली बॉन्ड में कुछ ना कुछ रहता है कोलैटरल, ओके, कंपेयर टू स्टॉक वेयर यू हैव अ शेयर विच इज क्लियर कट पेपर। शेयर मतलब क्या है? क्लियर कट पेपर, ठीक है। यहाँ पे एटलीस्ट एश्योरिटी रहती है, वो बॉन्ड के पहले, डिविडेंड के पहले आपको पेमेंट मिलेगी, आपका कूपन मिलेगा, ठीक है। सो दैट्स अनदर एडवांटेज। दैट्स व्हाई दीज आर द डेट्स which are little higher than the preferential and definitely higher in the rights or lien. Another word है, आप लोग लिख लो before we disperse the class. Lien, LIEN, another very important terminology in banking industry. Lien, ठीक है, जहां कोलैटरल के बगैर लियन होता है। मतलब कोलैटरल तो कुछ एसेट आपने दे दिया, जैसे 1 pound फ्लैश दे दिया, लेकिन लियन है ना राइट्स। इट इज अ लिटिल हायर इन दिस word. Anybody who understand English better, they know lien word, but I'm just highlighting to you, lien is one of those words which will be used all the time in bond market. So bond has a lien on the company, little higher lien than the preferential share and definitely more higher from equity share. Clear? So इसलिए lower risk है। तीसरा, इसमें सेट मैच्योरिटी होती है, तो मुझे मालूम रहता है कि कब पैसा आने वाला है मेरे अकाउंट में और कितना। क्या फायदा होता है? What is the another advantage of fixed income instrument? That it has a set maturity. तो मैं क्या कर सकता हूं, मेरी बच्चों की शादी, मेरी खुद की शादी उस डेट के आसपास मैं फिक्स कर सकता हूं। इक्विटी मार्केट में आप ऐसा कर सकते हो? नहीं। इक्विटी मार्केट में आपको मालूम ही नहीं होता कि आपके शादी के दिन कितना पैसा आपको मिलने वाला है। 5% मार्केट डाउन है, यू आर डन। सारी शादी आपकी हवा में रह जाएगी। आप जाके बोलोगे स्वीट बनाने वाले से कि 5% कम ले लो, मेरे स्टॉक में आज धक्का लगा है, मेरे को मेरी शादी है, स्वीट्स बांटने। हो सकता है क्या? पॉसिबल है क्या? टेंट वाला करेगा? वो जो आप गए थे गोवा में सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए, डेस्टिनेशन वेडिंग बोल के, वहां गोवा वाला होटल वाला रिजॉर्ट वाला आपको डिस्काउंट देगा क्या 5%? नहीं। किसी को मिल रहा हो तो मुझे भी बताना, मैं तुमसे
No,
बात
sir.
करूंगा नेक्स्ट टाइम।
No, sir.
No, sir.
So that's the problem with the stock market. So here, set maturity helps you because you know how much amount you will get. And if you are buying not from Malia, definitely you are sure about it. Clear है? So these are the advantages. Fixed instrument बहुत तरीके के होते हैं। 3 बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और आपने देखा है। एक तो बॉन्ड आज आपने देख लिया। मॉर्गेज बैक्ड सिक्योरिटी हमने देखा था कब? बोलो, हमने कब देखा था? MBS. All of you have done a presentation on it. Tell me when. Mortgage-backed securities is a kind of fixed income.
Sir, in the financial crisis
Financial crisis
presentation.
presentation, absolutely, Ria. So we have seen that MBS, and it was also ABS we have seen in the same context. Mortgage-based में home loans को loans का mortgage जो था, जो collateral था, जैसे 1 pound flesh जो था, या उसका सैलरी था, वो इंसान का जिसने लोन लिया है उसको मॉर्गेज किया, या आपने उसके घर को मॉर्गेज किया था जो जिस पे लोन ले रहे हो, वो सारा कुछ मॉर्गेज बोला जाता है। एनीथिंग अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, एनीथिंग, फॉर एग्जांपल क्रेडिट कार्ड का लोन, आपने क्रेडिट कार्ड यूज किया, फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव सेवरल क्रेडिट कार्ड, सो लेट मी शो यू फ्यू क्रेडिट कार्ड्स। व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन क्रेडिट कार्ड एंड डेबिट कार्ड? एनीबडी टेल मी, what is the difference between credit card and debit card? दोनों दिख रहे हैं आपको?
Sir, in yes, sir.
मालूम चलेगा कौन सा डेबिट है कौन सा क्रेडिट है? लिखा रहेगा उसके ऊपर, राइट? इसके
Yes,
ऊपर
sir.
लिखा हुआ है डेबिट कार्ड, राइट? डेबिट दिख रहा है इस पे आपको सबको, और इस पे
Yes.
आपको सबको क्रेडिट दिखेगा। अब क्रेडिट अब लिखते नहीं है क्योंकि क्रेडिट मतलब कर्जा होता है, तो दे विल राइट रेगेलिया, दे विल राइट प्लाटिनम, दे विल राइट गोल्ड, या ये सब क्रेडिट कार्ड में आ जाएंगे। 1, या सो ये सब क्रेडिट कार्ड्स होते हैं जिसपे या तो लिखा होगा या डिसाइडेड होगा। अब क्रेडिट कार्ड और डेबिट कार्ड में डिफरेंस आपको मालूम है, और अगर मालूम है तो दैट इज द होमवर्क। डिफरेंस बिटवीन डेबिट कार्ड एंड क्रेडिट कार्ड, और उसका क्रेडिट कार्ड का जो लोन है, अगर मैं उसके अगेंस्ट, क्रेडिट कार्ड में क्या है यहाँ पे आपका एसेट, क्रेडिट कार्ड, कल मैं उसका फोरफिट कर लूंगा, क्रेडिट कार्ड उसका अकाउंट जब्त कर लूंगा, राइट? उसने लियन अकाउंट का दिया होता है। क्रेडिट कार्ड जिसको मिलती है उसकी कैपेसिटी होती है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस का प्लैटिनम, अगर आप अंबानी नहीं हो तो नहीं मिलेगा, राइट? सो वो क्या मॉर्गेज हुआ है वहां पे? उनकी बिजनेस का अंडरस्टैंडिंग मॉर्गेज हुआ है, बिजनेस नहीं हुआ है। एंड दैट इज वन ऑफ दोज एसेट, इफ आई एम मॉर्गेजिंग दैट, which is क्रेडिट कार्ड का मॉर्गेज, which is lien on their business operation, और नेक्स्ट टाइम अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस अगर आपने डिफॉल्ट कर दिया तो कार्ड आपके फैमिली को नहीं देगा, वो पूरी जनरेशंस को नहीं देगा। इतने वो बदमाश लोग होते हैं और ऐसे वो देते हैं। अमेरिकन एक्सप्रेस का क्रेडिट कार्ड इज लाइक दैट, इफ यू डिफॉल्टेड योरसेल्फ, आपकी फैमिली को नहीं मिलेगी। क्लियर? सो पीपल डू नॉट डिफॉल्ट, सो दैट बिकम्स द एसेट। आई गो अहेड, by the way I am exaggerating, so if you have the question on that don't go there, because बहुत कुछ और अंदर में होता है। वो क्लबिंग होती है, क्लब में होने चाहिए, तो वो क्लब में बेइज्जत करते हैं आपको, बहुत कुछ करते हैं वो। So let's not go there and talk because it's nasty stuff. But anything apart from mortgage, if that has been used as a security and उस पे भी लोन उठा लिया गया, ये देखो मेरे पास इतना लोन का पैकेट पड़ा हुआ है, आप लोग इसके अगेंस्ट लोन मुझे दे दो, राइट? क्योंकि मेरे को जिस दिन लोन मेरा वापस मिलेगा मैं आपको रिटर्न कर दूंगा, एंड दिस इज दैट कोलैटरल दैट इज कॉल्ड एसेट बैक्ड सिक्योरिटीज। वी विल गो इन डिटेल फॉर श्योर लेटर ऑन, बट एनीवे यू आस्क योर क्वेश्चन देयर। You are asking something.
Sir, I just want to ask that what is the traditional credit limit of Amex card, sir?
हाँ देखो, आपने एमएक्स ही पूछ लिया ना, तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ एमएक्स थोड़ा नास्टी स्टफ है। बहुत कुछ रेडिट पे आता है, बहुत कुछ डार्क वेब पे आता है, वो सब आप पढ़ो नहीं। वो लोग
Okay,
डिसाइड करते हैं कि हाउ मच दे विल गिव यू एज अ क्रेडिट।
okay,
वो उनकी डिसीजन है, कंप्लीटली ब्लैक बॉक्स है वो। जनरली मालूम होता है कि जितनी आपकी सैलरी है उसका इतना टाइम्स वो देते हैं, लेकिन फिर भी आई कैन नॉट कमेंट ऑन इट, इट्स वेरी कॉन्फिडेंशियल, दे डू इट, दे नो इट, आई हैव नो राइट टू टॉक अबाउट इट, ओके, डोंट टॉक अबाउट इट। Okay, so that is how it works. Bond, mortgage-based security, asset-based security. These are the three different type of fixed instrument. One of those type is bond, which we are discussing. And bond can be classified in following 7 types. Based on tenure, based on collateral, based on optionality, based on convertibility, based on negotiability, based on permanence, and based on priority. Take a screenshot of this, Bhumika, and post in the chat box. This is the third assignment which everybody has to do before Wednesday. Second one is for Saturday, which has been decided previously as well. But do topic hoga, that's why it is for Saturday. But first and third need to be done before Wednesday. This is your third assignment. सबका मुझे definition चाहिए. Based on tenure, short, medium, long. क्या होता है ये? Based on collateral क्या होता है ये? Based on optionality क्या होती है? आप रिसर्च करके होमवर्क करके वेडनेसडे लोग लाओगे, तब हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड डिस्कस करेंगे। एंड एज आई प्रॉमिस्ड, इट इज 2:31 and I am releasing you. Everybody can go to their food, fun, family. All three you can enjoy now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Finance
Thank
is
you, sir.
okay.
Thank you, sir.
thank you, sir.
Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye. Take care.